Messing around again with I Can't Get Started With You, Vernon Duke and Ira Gershwin, 1935 tune, standard. Let's take a look at the chord melody. I wrote out a basic tab of the arrangement. So if you're in my Guitar Players group on Facebook, I also have kind of like just a still of the arrangement, the tab, and you can blow it up and copy it or whatever. But here it is again. This is just what I wrote out this morning. A little basic chord melody, kind of self-explanatory. There's a first ending on that second line, and this second ending is on the third line, and then we proceed to the latter section of the tune. And you know, along the way, might throw in a few other things just as options and alternatives. But anyway, yeah, you can't get started, and let's just jump into it. I'm going to try not to over-explain. I mean, trying to make it so you can see what I'm doing here. C major 7, C6 9, A minor 7, E F, D minor 11. The melody here is on the second string, on the G. Then we play this little triangle shape of a G7. Third string, second string, first string. Now we're going to do the hybrid picking thing. I'm going to play the open sixth string along with this E7. We're going to move up to this other E7. And then we're going to go to this A minor 7 flat 5, A half diminished. Okay, so I'm borrowing the first three strings at the 8th fret. I've got my index playing the A on the 4th string, and I'm also playing the open 5th string just to fatten it a bit. Melody continues, second string. Now we've got this. It's a D9, but if you put the pinky on the first string, it's D13. We need the 13. From the top. A half diminished, D13. The same as before. D minor 11 again. This time, the second string moves up a fret, and it actually turns into a D minor 7 flat 5. Single notes, C, D. Now we've got this, which is a B flat 7 flat 5. 2 beats each. A7. D9, G13. We come back for the second A section. All the same. Now, just as an option here, instead of going to the G7, you can go from the D minor 11. It's got a nice chromatic thing. This is our A half diminished, just like before. D13. This is the same as before. D minor 11. Move that index finger on the second string up, it turns into a D minor 7 flat 5, and then two single notes. C, D on the third string, and now we're down to a C6, and then your 4th string is open here for B flat 9 again, and then back up to the C6. Moving into the middle part of the tune, it's the same three notes, which actually comprise a C major triad, but now instead of 8th notes, it's quarter notes. Now we've got this. This is an E minor 9 with the 11 with the A on the first string. So what I'm doing is I'm borrowing the first 4 strings. I've got the pinky on the 3rd string. I've got the ring finger on the... I have the pinky on the 2nd string, and I have the ring finger on the 3rd string. I'm blotting out the 5th string by touching it with the tip of my index finger. I just kind of like dragging the pick through it, and I'm playing the open 6th string as well. Now the other option would be to do the hybrid picking, where the pick itself is picking the 6th string open, and your fingers are plucking the first few strings. But if you can manage to, you know, I'm pressing down on the 4th string, but I'm letting the tip of the finger touch the 5th string to mute it. So again, here's the middle section. Now just change this to a A13. Now we're going to come to a really nice chord, E minor 9. Change to an A7, sharp 5, and then to the open E. Okay? So it's a little involved, but it sounds nice. Now this one, a little hard to grab. It's a D major 9, but we're adding in the first string A because that's our melody. So what this is now if you can't grab the 5th string root D here, don't worry about it. You could just do. Okay? The real book 6 has the D major 9, and then it goes to G major 9, and then, so I guess we should throw that in, and then D major 9, but not playing the first string. Our melody now is on the 2nd string, 5th fret. D minor 7, G7, now D minor 9, which is the same form as the E minor 9 earlier, move down. Now we're going to play the G7 sharp 5 this way. Okay? So you know this is G7. This is G7 sharp 5, but we're just going to do it this way. That's so I can change from this E flat to D easily on the 2nd string. Okay? A lot of talking, too much talking. Let's go from the B section, the middle section of the tune. D major 9, G major 9, back to D major 9, but 2nd string melody. D minor 7, G7, now D minor 9, G7 sharp 5, then naturalize the 5, so we're going to go. Now we've got, this is a C major 7, but with the 6A on the first string. So we're borrowing, the pinky is borrowing the first 2 strings. That's a C major 7 with a 6. Then we've got this, which is an F9 sharp 11. And then we've got A minor 11. D13. This isn't doing anything, it's just basically this. To G7, first 4 strings. Okay, so we should probably just go over that middle section again. Here we go. C major 7 with the 6, the A on the first string, F9 sharp 11, up to the A minor 11, D13, G7. Now, for the finish, we're going to go back to the beginning and play the first 4 measures, but then in the 5th measure, it's a little different for the ending. Where it's different. This is the same. Now it's going to be the first 4 strings of an A7 sharp 5. So I'm borrowing first 4 strings, and I've got this on the 2nd string and that on the 3rd string. This is just an A7. Now we're going to go to a D minor 9. Okay? So you know D minor 7's here. If you put the pinky on, that's D minor 9. Up to this little, borrowing the first 2 strings, borrowing the middle 2 strings. And then to a G9. Now to a G13, but with the 9, the A on the 1st string. And then to Garden Variety, G7. And then just for laughs, if you want to quote something, here's what I just came up with earlier. And then we end on the C major 7. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to play and throw a few harmonics at the 12th fret, natural harmonics. So I hope you enjoy the arrangement. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll give you another look at the tab for that. And as I said, if you belong to my guitar players group on Facebook, you can look for me at Tom Culhane on Facebook, and then I have a guitar players group. I got about, I think, 1,300 people on there. But yeah, this is the tab. Great tune. Favorite version is Sinatra, as I mentioned before. You know, if you want to hear the verse, the Sinatra 1959 recording is an excellent one to listen to. It's a beautiful verse. That was part 1 of this whole series on I Can't Get Started With You. Part 1 was about the verse. A few days ago I did part 2, which was walking through the single note melody and the chord changes for the tune. There's one other thing I think we might touch on soon. I'm not really good at it, so I'm a little reluctant to get into it, but you know, this sight reading is when you look at notes on a page and you can play them on the guitar or on any instrument. Sight singing is when you can not have an instrument in your hands and you can look at the notes on the page and sing them, which I'm nowhere near. I mean, I like the idea, but I'm too lazy and my ear isn't really that great, and plus I can't sing, so it's like a triple threat reason why I don't get into sight singing too much. But you know, if you wrote out, this tune is primarily in the key of C major. So if you think of the notes in the key of C major, it's all the white keys on the piano. So it's like C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Those are the 7 notes that, for the most part, make up the melody for I Can't Get Started. The middle section that we just worked on modulates up a whole step to the key of D for just a few measures, but then it comes right back down to C. So if you picture the notes of the scale, either on a staff, or if you don't read music, you could just write out the letters C, D, E, F, G, A, B. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like it's not enough. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And for the C, it would be Do. The D would be Re. The E would be Mi. The F would be Fa. The G would be Sol. And the A would be La. So you would have, and again, I can't sing, but it's like Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. So you're assigning a syllable for every pitch. And it's kind of a mnemonic device where you get your brain and your ear used to the fact that Do sounds a certain way, Mi sounds a certain way, Sol sounds a certain way. But this melody, you might get into it more if we do a 4th part on the tune, but this melody, Do, Mi, Sol, Ti, Do, La, Mi, Fa, Sol, Mi, Sol, Ti, Re, Mi, Sol. You get the idea, though. I can't sing, I can't hit high notes, I can't hit low notes, and I'm often off pitch. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe if I can pull that together. And the nice thing about that is, as you start to realize things like, hey, the first 4 notes of the tune, Do, Mi, Sol, Do, Mi, Sol, Ti, that's the C major arpeggio. And then the next phrase is actually an E minor 7 arpeggio. Mi, Sol, Ti, Re, Mi, Do, Sol, La, Ti. Anyway, I've embarrassed myself enough. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you like the tune. Again, Feel free to comment, question, subscribe, like, share, what have you. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day. And again, Happy New Year, doing this in the early part of January. All right, take care. See you next time.